And welcome back to another Arma 3 tutorial on NR6 HAL. We're going to be going over support vehicles and transport vehicles that you could use in the game. So basically, while you're doing all your setup, one important thing I would highly recommend you do if you don't want intend for recon, because if you have recon, your transport vehicles might get utilized for like air for recon. Just have it skip with the commander's objective setting. If you want them to go to the objectives much more smoothly, just put that to 1000 as well. And that's the only recommendation. So basically, there's two ways you could do this. Also, we're going to be talking about a little support with our fire support with artillery. You could do CAS, but I recommend using like a mod or something. Drongos air AI support, fire support, because it basically combines artillery and air support and puts it in a nice neat little package. And if you want to actually have control as some of those assets, this kind of gives you that opportunity, because here you don't get much control, because the AI commander can deny requests, where if you had control of those particular units, it would work. But so essentially, all you really need is transport helicopters. Don't really, usually HAL is pretty good at knowing what's transport and what's not, because if you were to take like Pawnee or something, it already knows that this is not a transport helicopter due to scripting. Transport trucks, you could do this or these type of trucks, or the covered versions. Doesn't really matter. And support vehicles, so basically you want to have your ammo, your fuel, your repair, medical. So in this sense, say this tank here gets hit, we'll show it in the video. Say it runs out of fuel, boom, refuel truck will come, refuel it, and vice versa. There is a support feature that I'm not too familiar with. This vehicle RTB refuel, rearm, repair. According to its module, it says synchronized vehicles will have their get rearmed, refilled, and when they RTP, only applies to missions that have an RTB stage. Works on air reinforcement modules. So in theory, what it's supposed to do is, if I synced all these vehicles up, but this is the restaging area, as soon as these guys were to have completed their objective, it would force them to come back. But I have not seen that work, so we're not gonna go over it today. This is mostly for transporting. It's mostly for infantry vehicles, basically for vehicles. So say these artillery waste their artillery rounds, you also get them. They get ammoed. Probably give them a little. Put these guys somewhere that can actually get to the set it right here on the side of the road. Alright, further ado, so we'll go over and actually make sure we got Zeus. That's something important to have if you want to test that, make sure everything's working. As you can see, one of the transport trucks is now got an order.
Infantry, 200 meters right up ahead. Infantry, 200 meters front.
Oh, there's that squad leader and those guys. Arma physics at its finest.
Contact. Soldiers, 100 meters front. Soldiers, 200 meters front.
Helicopter's now getting orders. He's probably gonna, what's gonna happen is this helicopter's gonna fly here. And it's gonna fly and land here, but everyone's getting orders to thing. Now, for some mistaken reason, this tank just ran out of fuel. So eventually the AI commander is going to get word. He's going to send one of these
Soldier,
guys.
200 meters front. Foot mobiles, 200 meters front.
Now that truck's off on its own way to its objective, which is right up there on the mountain.
Rearm.
It could be support to be finicky, but it does work. If you have a large amount of troops, the vehicles and whatnot in the mission, it will work. As you can see, it's now fully stocked. For instance, say your medic's dead. Here, we'll just wound this guy over and over again. Now the medical truck will now come to go help out this poor soldier. If he can path to find his way there. And now he's healing at the truck. And boom. That is support in a nutshell. But now, like I said, there's also fire support. AI get under attack, right? Or we can also do a transport as well. But we'll do fire support first. So we ask for support, we're requesting artillery. It sends you to this menu, continue, and you can pretty much rain fire support. Let's just say, since all our friends over there, we got enemies attacking us from over here. Click over here. Basically, put one, and all it's going to give you is those type of one munitions. But that's the cool thing about Drongos artillery. You get more options, but what you get is what you get here. Now these guys should get fire support orders. Oh, now there's the fuel truck, and the ammo truck's getting orders to go help out that poor tank out there. And now we could request ground transport if they're available.
Standing by.
So now, got basically stealth normal mode. It doesn't really matter. This thing's not a stealthy vehicle. And then basically you can just tell it where you want to be dropped off at. Like, I want to go here. And now this truck will try to make its way there.
Standing by. Standing by. Wait.
Basically terminate RTB. Before I get ran over and killed, let's see if that tank actually moved to its objective and got support. And this is another little bug sometimes that happens. Sometimes they won't get there. But it works and it doesn't work at times. But it did work on the artillery. It just for some reason won't work here. Which is okay. It happens. It's just a little annoyance. So we go here to general. If you have ace, I would then enable ace only. Make sure it says thing. You can actually have the menu for ace, and you don't have to scroll wheel. You just use ace. You can do enable, and it does the same exact thing, but it doesn't go through the ace crap that it does. So if you want to do vehicle support role or transport, you're going to need to be in the starting vehicle at the beginning of the mission. The AI commander will then recognize you in that particular role. You could do it in the helicopters and whatnot as well. You could just fly around. You could also be CAS, but it's just as an FYI. So I hope this was a helpful tutorial. I will catch you guys later.